Welcome to Northwest Profiles, a look at people, places, and events of interest in the inland Northwest. Artistic impressions. Impressions meant to last a lifetime. The business of tattoo artistry is varied, but the longtime Calgary artist Paul Jeffries, a 25-year veteran in the tattoo industry, drawing lines and filling spaces is more than just a job.
Well, it's really creative, and it's challenging because it's a hardest surface to work on. Tattooing is like a combination of sculpture and two-dimensional art, because you're putting two-dimensional art on a three-dimensional surface. So it creates lots more challenges to make it look like it fits right on there. Me, if I'm going around your arm, my picture has got to line up on the other side. It keeps coming around and comes back into your picture again, so you've got to plan that out. So you feeling good today, Dustin? Ready to get this done?
Sure.
I'm going to fatten one of those little those yellow flame ends out wide there at the end, okay?
Okay.
This tattoo, this one, and this one from 4 different people, so I'm trying to, in this transition area, tie them all together so they don't just bump into each other. Go, the deadly tattoo machine.
I'm in the right position for it?
You are perfect. We still get asked the same questions every day, you know, how much does it hurt? How long is it going to take to heal up? And most people are more nervous about it than what it really is.
Jeffries, a British Columbia native, became interested in tattooing at quite an early age.
All kids tend to write on themselves and draw pictures, you know, and see the older guys at the pool hall that got tattoos. And I started getting tattooed when I was 14, so you could get tattooed as long as you had a bus pass from those old sailor guys in Vancouver where I grew up.
Showing some talent in drawing and painting with an eye on a career in the art world, Paul's art teacher convinced him that he could draw better than the people that were tattooing him. According to Jeffries, India ink watercolor was his medium of choice until he gravitated toward tattooing, both being art forms that are very similar in how they deal with color.
Okay, nice and still here, don't move your head. Good. Excellent. You're doing good there, buddy. You know, with acrylic or oil paint, you can paint directly yellow over black, and it goes on. Well, it doesn't with tattooing or watercolor. Whatever's underneath shows through.
After high school graduation and a year at Vancouver School of Art, Paul moved east to Calgary in 1978 and opened the Smilin Buddah Tattoo, which was at that time Calgary's only tattoo shop. Today, tattooing enjoys mainstream popularity, but its roots run deep, from faraway cultures to yesterday's servicemen.
The sailors had a lot of really interesting kind of legendary stuff that you get, like they'd write "hold fast" on their fingers so that they'd be able to hold on to the ship when the wave came over the deck. And you get a pig on one ankle and a chicken on the other one because neither one of them can swim, and that was supposed to save you from drowning. And lots of guys would get the big steering wheel or Jesus on their back because he'd do the driving if you fell asleep at the wheel.
Body adornment crosses cultures and time. In 1994, the Glenbow Museum in Calgary observed this by highlighting Jeffries and his profession in an exhibition titled Head to Toe, Personal Adornment Around the World.
It wasn't just tattooing, it was scarification, jewelry, clothing, the whole gamut of the human's desire to change their look, you know, and called us and we decided to, we got right on the ball with that. I think it was just more interesting to reach a portion of the public that usually doesn't know anything about tattooing. When we had our live show there, and I brought down about 30 or 40 of my clients, it enabled people to see tattooing, large-scale tattooing, right up close and ask questions. Like, it was a real interesting meeting, and lots of very intelligent, artistic people that approached it from, you know, more a higher level point of view than just going, oh, what'd you get all that stuff for? Now we'll get the shader going. You look at the end there, you can see there's it's like a little rake. And it's actually 3 needles on top of 4. The outline, if you follow it right, it's pretty straight ahead, you know? But it's the way you shade things that makes them come to life.
According to Jeffries, tattoos are like a diary, chronicling time and events in the life of the tattoo owner. As a tattoo artist, many things must be considered before the tattooing begins.
Your body is kind of a linear subject, and if you tend to draw against the grain of it, it might not look as good in that spot as it would somewhere else. Once they finally get it all figured out, what they're going to have and where they're going to put it, well, then it's my turn to go to work, right? Popular spot for women today is in their low back area. You can make something that's in a sort of a shallow V shape that fits the curve of their body there and really accentuates their frame. So we just try and advise people and let them take advantage of our knowledge. And then if they don't want to, well, I mean, I do try and stop people from making decisions that they might not like later on, you know. It's the same reason we don't tattoo hands and faces and stuff like that. It's not that I can't, I mean, I could still do it, but it's morally, I don't want to be responsible for the guy not being able to get a job for the rest of his life, you know. You have to draw the line somewhere where you're not constantly pushing your aesthetic tastes on other people, because everybody has different reasons for getting tattoos. There's probably as many reasons as there is people. See, by getting this part of the flame to go underneath the water and overlap this new part, it looks like it's all one piece, you know? Often you get people that say, well, why do you have so many tattoos? You know, they go, like, I could have 1 or 2, but you got a million of them. Well, it's like you're a collector, you know? Anybody that collects stuff, it's like, when is your collection complete? The more you travel, the more you meet people, and we interact with lots of other tattoo artists. Like, so you wind up with lots of souvenirs, and sometimes they're not the world's best artwork, but they have lots of meaning to them. I mean, I've got ones done by hand in Japan and stuff that are, you know, they're a bit rough, but they sure really remind you of the people and the times that you were there. It's like your personal diary. And the whole deal about worrying about living with it, I mean, it's you. Once you get it, it's you, right? You are you. You don't have to change to please society or whatever your image of them is, you know?
The world of tattoo art and the talent of Paul Jeffries seem to go hand in hand, a balancing act between a man that takes the art seriously and who has fun with it at the same time.
Tattooing is a craft. It's one of the last hand-done things. When I got into it, right at the end of the old guy era, the reason that it was so crude was that they didn't want anyone artistic in the business. I mean, you can't go down to Sears and buy tattoo equipment. You didn't know where to get the stuff or where to get the supplies or anything. And anybody that had something that was good wasn't going to give up the information because it made them one step ahead of the guy down the street, right? But I got into tattooing in the mid-70s, and they started having tattoo conventions shortly after that, which was the first time in history that tattooers had interacted. Now there's more artistic people in it, everybody shares ideas, and you exchange photographs, and you look at other guys' way of doing things, and any artist's style is just a accumulation of all other people's styles, little bits and dabs of everything they've seen someone else do, and you turn it in, meld it all into your style. I always say this job would be so much easier if I wasn't such a perfectionist. I think I'm doing the best work I've ever done in my career now. I don't feel like it, oh man, I've been doing this for 25 years. I hate it every day. I still really am excited about coming to work every day.
If you have a story idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington, 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.